Humanity's quest to understand the moon is not new, but with quantum leaps in technology, humanity seeks to unearth further secrets of our only natural satellite. Chandrayaan-3 carries the hopes, dreams and aspirations of 1.4 billion Indians to the moon. As the D-Day for the landing of Chandrayaan-3 inches closer, the world looks on in anticipation at this big event. With a lofty goal, the stakes are quite high, and if India achieves its objective, it will make a mark as the very first country to make a successful soft landing on the south pole of the moon's surface. Apart from the endeavor to conduct a soft landing on the lunar surface, ISRO also aims to gather valuable scientific evidence for the presence of water molecules on the moon. As we wait with bated breath to see if ISRO's attempt will be a game changer, joining us on the broadcast is a very special guest. Mr. Kesavan, former ISRO chief, joins us on the show. So, first up, everybody wants to know, how are you feeling right now in the run-up to this mega landing?
We are really very confident that this time we will achieve the mission successfully, and all the preparations are going on very well. And till now, whatever expected to happen has happened without any glitch. So we are expecting that landing also will be having very great success. That's what our expectations.
Sir. And so, what do you say after Chandrayaan-2 welcomes Chandrayaan-3?
Yes, definitely. The Chandrayaan-2 orbiter is still functioning, so it is producing very good science results. So it is nothing surprise that it is welcoming Chandrayaan-3 to the moon.
Right. And so, what do you remember of the last moments during the 2019 attempt?
No, actually we went ahead with the Chandrayaan-2 mission with full confidence, and but in onboard something unexpected thing happened, and which ends up with the mission not succeeded as we expected. And but those lessons are giving with very good input data for us to understand what really happened, and with that corrective actions we have taken, and now we are going ahead with the Chandrayaan-3.
So, what did Prime Minister Modi say to you after the now famous hug that the entire country saw?
No, that he has not told anything to me. He simply hugged and gently tapped on the back, so which convey a huge amount of message that the entire, I felt as if the entire nation was hugging me. That feeling was there.
And so there was so much national support, and there's so much national excitement today. How much does that motivate the team that's working on this mission? So
definitely this it's throughout India. The high expectations are there on this landing, and the people are eagerly waiting for this particular soft landing with anxiety, and this time we will not disappoint them. We will be able to achieve correctly the orbit, the landing process this time.
And so, according to you, what were some of the lessons that were learned from the telemetry that we got in 2019?
So we got through the telemetry data, and we found that there are some discrepancies happen in the Chandrayaan-2 in the three systems. One is on the thruster system, another is on the guidance system and control system. All these corrective actions have been taken with the proper care. So now it is going without any problem.
So a lot of people in the team today might be a bit nervous also. What message of encouragement would you give them?
No, even though it is every space mission is a very anxious moment for all of us, because everything we will go ahead with full confidence, we will go ahead. But last minute, certain things will happen which is not in our control. So this anxiety will be always there. Even now also it is there.
So how proud will you feel as an Indian having contributed to an organization that is about to put India not only on the moon but far ahead in the space ecosystem?
So we are really proud that we are Indian. Also that we could contribute to the Chandrayaan program in whatever possible by us, this one, and I am really proud of that.
So do you see a large momentum, a shift building in the space industry in India?
Definitely that is a lot of momentum is really created on this one. So this actually this the government is open up the space sector for the doing that the space activities. There is a lot of enthusiasm. It is there in the private sector to really build that space system. There is a welcome change. So a lot of interest is created.
And so what is your message to young engineers and scientists on this day?
So the young engineers and scientists, they should inculcate that scientific temper in their mind, this one. So with that, definitely that they will be able to achieve many development once they are having the scientific temper. This is a message I wanted to convey to them.
Sir, appreciate you joining us and wishing you all the best for this very crucial day. Well, as the D-Day for the landing of Chandrayaan-3 inches closer, the world looks on in anticipation at this event. As we all know, the Indian Space Research Organization is at the helm of this ambitious endeavor. The prolific people behind this historic attempt at landing at the moon's south pole includes ISRO chairman S. Somnath and his team, along with Chandrayaan-3 project director and Vikram Sarabhai Space Center director. In this telecast, we introduced our viewers to the ambitious team of Indians, the third lunar mission, Chandrayaan-3. I'm going to go over to the big screen, in fact, tell you who's responsible for putting India on the world map, not only on the moon but on the world map when it comes to space, its successful endeavors, and of course the large proportion of effort that has gone into this particular mission. Of course, Motmari Srikanth is the mission director. P. Veera Mutevlu is the project director of this ambitious mission, and Kalpana Kalhasti is the associate director of this particular project. Of course, Mr. S. Somnath, the ISRO chairman, who is leading by example. Unni Krishnan Nair, director of the Vikram Sarabhai Center, and Ramakrishnan, who is the director of ISTRAC, a subsidiary of ISRO which is looking into these affairs. And V. Narayanan, he is the director of the LPSC, and Mr. M. Sankaran, who is the director of the URSC, and Nilesh Desai, director of ISRO SAC, are the people who are responsible, the backbone of this entire mission. Jayaprakash, my colleague, is also joining us at this point in time to talk more about this. Jayaprakash, it's a moment of reckoning for India, D-Day, whatever you want to call it, but the fact of the matter is that everybody tomorrow is going to be watching this landing. Every eye is going to be on the success of this mission, and a lot of prayers also backing this endeavor up.
Well, absolutely, Vineet. The 45-day journey to the moon is culminating in Vikram, the lander, hopefully successfully landing on moon tomorrow at 6:04 p.m. The mock complex, or the mission operation complex, is track in Bengaluru, is full of energy, buzzing with scientists who are doing all the last checks on Vikram the lander. In fact, so far, the precision has been the philosophy of ISRO as far as the Chandrayaan-3 is concerned. There was a major
concerned,
success yesterday.
there was a major success yesterday
Two of the orbiters.
The orbiters connected with each other and started beaming images back to the ISRO telemetric center, and ISRO sharing those fresh images every couple of hours. Now the Chandrayaan-3 or Vikram the lander is about 70 kilometers from the lunar surface, and on the south pole, precisely where the lander has to descend at 2 meters per hour speed. That is what they're trying to achieve. Remember, last time around, the Chandrayaan-2 crash landed on moon and it was a partial success. But this time around, lot of improvements have been made as far as the Vikram lander is concerned. The solar panels have been put on all the 4 sides of Vikram the lander, and also when this time the Vikram lander lands on the moon, to achieve that soft landing, the wheels have been fortified, the landing wheels have been fortified, and plenty of experiments have been done in the last 2 to 3 years. So lot has been learned from the failures of Chandrayaan-2, and that's the reason why this time ISRO is quite confident that this will be a successful moon landing, which is on 23rd, exactly around 6:04. 5:47 is when they will start the descent operation, which will be roughly about 15 to 17 minutes, and once Vikram the lander soft lands, then the rails will come out, and then on the rail track is Pragyan, which will roll out on the moon surface. So plenty of action tomorrow, starting around 5:47 minutes, and all action, all roads lead to ISRO Telemetric Center, the MOX complex here in Bengaluru, where the scientists are keeping a very close eye on the mission operations.
All right, Jayaprakash, appreciate you joining us. Of course, we'll be connecting again tomorrow. Mr. K. Siddhartha, former ISRO scientist who specializes in earth sciences, is joining us on the program as well. Mr. Siddhartha, appreciate you joining us. A big day for India, big expectation from Indians. The fact of the matter is a number of advances and corrections have been made as compared to 2019. How do they steadfastly hold this mission in place today?
Vinith, it's actually going to be a momentous moment for reasons. One is that India is bringing about a lot of political change in the whole of the world. The entire of the political order of the world is undergoing a change, largely because of the initiatives taken. That's one. Second is Chandrayaan-3 is going to be a lot of technology statement. A lot of things have been integrated into it, and also technology has been integrated. Largely because, European Space Agency is contributing to it, NASA has contributed to it, that is integration, and of course we have ourselves upgraded our. That's the second part. The third in this case is India is on the verge of becoming a power in terms of its economic opportunities, largely because the program is very and sooner or later India will go on to embrace the whole of the African countries and the Latin countries into sending their satellites into orbit, into sending their people into orbit. That's the second part. And of course the opportunities, the new opportunities in space that are coming up, that will go to open a variety of vistas. When we say technologically, imagine we have made Chandrayaan-3 almost fail-proof, and I can going to be corrected in this case, but as I know, that is unless the propulsion system goes on to fail, there is nothing that is going to stop Chandrayaan from landing on the surface. And once it is going to be doing it so, imagine with 12 cameras, with manifold sensors in this place, and imagine that the effort and the blessings of so many people, it will go on to be a major exercise in nation building in India, and that is going to be through building of the scientific temperament. India will remember that there wouldn't have been many events in the history of India that will exercise so much amount of significance as far as nation building is concerned. It will go on to surpass all the cricket matches in terms of its significance, in terms of their bonding effect. And when you go on to talk about what exactly is going to be happening to India thereafter, then imagine everyone will want to become a space scientist. Everyone is going to be completely geared up. Even the people who do not know too much about it, they also happen to know what is a thruster, what is a nozzle, and what will happen, the 15 minutes of terror, and then the impact of it. Now, this is going to be the role of this event, and it is going to be one of those type of events that will surpass even the 1969 launch of Apollo by United States, and that may have been somewhat of a question mark, but then this is going to be an event to remember, an event to cherish, and an event that will go on to bond the people so much together that you can't imagine it.
Right. So let me also in fact address the images that you see on our screens. Of course, these are the latest images which have been received by ISRO. As you can see, the lunar surface, very, very close, very, very clear in these images. Mr. Siddhartha, I'm sure, sir, you also must have seen these images. What do you make of them, sir? And is there any inference that can be drawn out of how the mission is going at this point in time, considering we can see these images and they're quite clear in terms of the reflection and the light also that is available?
Yes, sir, that's correct. See, the entire of the southern pole is going to be a very rough terrain, very, very rough. It's the roughest terrain that one can go on to find it on the moon's surface. But that is not going to deter us. What we are going to be doing is that on the south pole, the sun's rays are slanting. And not only is it that they are slanting, we are picking up a crater, the rim of a crater, the topmost portion of the crater. And that is the reason that we have inserted a hazard detection range in the satellite. Now, what it will go to do is that even the small bumps that are going to be there, that will go to avoid it. Imagine, we are not forgetting that there have been 10,000 pictures that have been taken by the previous one, the orbiter. Now they are going to be merged by another 100 and 200 of these pictures that will be taken up by the cameras of Chandrayaan, and 12 cameras, not one, not two, not three, 12 cameras will going to be superimposing all of them in this case, and only then we are going to be finding a place. And it's not going to be, despite the fact that the surface goes on to show bumpy, but then how much amount of area is it that we want? We are only requiring a 2 meters by 2 meter of an area and something like 150 meters of a track through which the rover can go to pass through. And that is not visible, at least from this level, because the scale in this case is very, very small. Or you can come to say that is because it has been taken from such an angle that it looks elevated of sorts, but it will not be. And that is the basic reason that our preparation in this case looks like avoidance of all of these things, hovering around it and then landing it in a place with a shock absorber, and that is also a place where you do going to be having a camera in that region as well. So I can make it out that the region may be rough, but then the rewards are going to be really, really, really very great in this case.
What rewards, as a scientist, are you expecting from this landing, sir? And also explain to our viewers what will they mean in terms of scientific discovery and experimentation?
There are three scientific discoveries that I can go to look for, Vinitji. The first is the availability of hydroxyls in this space. Now, many people can go to think that it is going to be water, that is water will be drinkable. Now, this water will not be drinkable at all. Imagine that will be highly radiated. It will going to have gamma ray absorption. It will going to have all the type of radiation in this case that can't be drunk. And let's be clear on that part, that whoever talks about that it is going to be a drinkable water and you can go to make a colony, they will go on to beat the hell out of you to make a colony in this space. That is almost next to being impossible unless you actually go to go deep down and then go on to make a colony for yourself. That is number one. But then because these are hydroxyl ions, hydroxyls, what you can go to do is that you can go to break the bond, use hydrogen as a fuel for the rocket. Now, there are two implications of it. First is that you can go to land a rocket in this space, a rocket will be there, and then you're going to be having a hydrogen also availability. Now, this rocket will go on to take a leap into outer space, inner space, and deep space. And a study of this deep space, if India goes into doing it, that will be a fabulous part. The third is, now this surface is going to be an unspoiled surface, Vinitji. Unspoiled in the sense that is, the way Earth was 4.5 billion years ago, the same surface goes on to be 4.5 billion years and completely unspoiled. So you're likely to find a lot of minerals, a lot of elements which may be deep down in the earth. For example, it took some amount of an effort for us to find green stone. Now, green stone on the surface of the earth, and that was pretty deep. You have rare earth elements. In this case, it will be rare moon elements, and you do not know that you come out with some of these type of elements that we have so far not discovered on the earth, and that can go to create wonders for humanity, for science, for any type of innovation. That is going to be the third part. The fourth part is, in this case, these minerals, they will require a completely, if we are able to find it, completely new form of a processing and a reprocessing. And if we are able to do it so, that will be a new technology. It will be like clearing a forest and making a road for yourself for the first time. Because you have cleared a forest and made a road for yourself, that means that you will be the only person, and initially the only person to have run on the road and to have walked on the road. India will go on to really become a Vishwa power in this sense, Vishwa Guru in this sense. And lastly, these minerals is some of these minerals like, let's say, helium-3. Now, helium-3 is what we require, and it's going to be helping us in cold fusion. That means all of those efforts that we are doing in India is going to be based essentially on thorium, and we are using a thorium cycle, uranium cycle, and they are very hazardous. Now, one brief case of helium-3, and you will find that India's energy problems for the whole of the year is going to be solved. And over and above, why is it that you're going to forget that? Forget about minerals. Moon can be used for a variety of type of things for the helping of humanity on the earth in a telecommunication manner, in a planning, in whatnot. That is going to be the significance of this area.
And so also, what about the understanding of evolution and how this entire structure came into being? Is that also something which can be deciphered through this mission, or to some extent?
Yes, definitely yes. The reason is see, Earth is 4.5 billion years old, but then what happens is that we do not go on to find rocks as old as 4.5 billion. The reason, 0.7 billion years of history is completely in a melted form. It has been completely recycled. Now, what you find on the moon is they are intact. They have not got melted itself. Now, that is the best part associated with it. So that will go on to throw light on how is it that the Earth evolved, and how is it that the internal layering of the Earth is going to be done. You will imagine, connect it. China, some time back, United States has started a project called the Mohole project. That was way down in 1981. Now, that was a project to dig deep into the Earth. So they went up till about 8 kilometers, and then thereafter they abandoned it. Now the Chinese are doing it so. Now they are doing it essentially for the purpose of the study of all of those type of minerals and the evolution of the Earth. When you know evolution of the Earth, you can go on to use this knowledge in not one way, not two ways, in a variety of type of ways that you can go on to use it. Indeed, it is going to be throwing light on the origin of the solar system, and accordingly to know about Venus, Mars, good number of these type of planets, and throw light. And knowledge is going to be a power as far as space technology is concerned in the future. Unity.
So thank you so much for taking out the time and sharing clarity at so many levels that all of us needed from you. Thank you so much. I'm sure we'll be seeing more of you today and tomorrow, sir.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.